Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. He doesn't seem all that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that has lost... that have lost their value, given to Detective Gumshoe. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore, either. What, are you really going to throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and disposed of. Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Oh, nice. So... Oh, whoops. Hey, you're not going back to Alabasta already, are you? No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. I didn't mean to do that, I was walking in circles. Polino! Ah, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these you can eat whatever you'd like. Oh my god. And these are... discount tickets for our cafeteria. They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern, however, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Open air stage. This open air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to a ball. I heard that tonight over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech. And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech too. Mr. Cochin told you that? Yes, he did. Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to. Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started? Exactly. Primadux statue? Ambassador Polino, I'd like to ask you a little more about the Primadux statues. Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that Alabasta and Babal used to be one country called Codopia? Yes, I know that much about your history. Well, the Primadux statue belonged to the founders of Codopia. At least, that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed unto the King of Codopia as a symbol of the country's wealth. So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty, and the right to rule, I take it. Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning. It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. But if Alabasta and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue? I have no reason to believe so. The Primadux statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy. I wonder if Ambassador Polino knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. I mean, I could do. We'll talk about Manny Cochin first. Ambassador Polino, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry. You can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2? Or 3? In exchange, I expect you'll be coming to Babal, yes? Thank you. Just the one thing is all I require. Manny Cochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Ooh. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well... if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose, because he was an able man, I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. Sounds like Mr. Cochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our two countries were to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. I wonder if that was the idea. They caused a panic to prevent the countries from joining together. There we go. Ambassador Polino, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Primadux statue sitting in Alabasta right now actually belongs to Babal. So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Kalmer about this earlier. then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Primdic statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession... Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. And it is definitely Alabast's statue. I know because it's the real statue. Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica? I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight. To say that we could not determine which statue was the real one. Oh. Why are you telling me this? Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue is just a hollow gold shell. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I am right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I won't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Huh. I guess that's it. Gumshoe! Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Ah, well... he come up with a few knee slappers. I take it he has found nothing of any particular use. As usual. Investigation update. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I got something really interesting from Ambassador Paleno. Oh? And what is this something interesting? This, sir. The fuck? Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there. Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently, if you burn the special white crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green colour, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out. Hey Gummy, what about these silhouettes? They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'd project the images. Oh, silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you could do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff? Ah, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant. Oh my god. I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Yeah, so we got a silhouette lantern. Alright, not bad. Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So, there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country. That's the gist of it. Babal is just as strict as Alabast. In their inspection of the people and things that enter their country, meaning that somehow both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. You mean the fake Yatakarasu? In one way or another, the Yatakarasu is connected. Of this I am sure. Now then, where was the Yatakarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden of the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's where I heard the Yatakarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There is a little water on it, but how did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything wait. Oh, like there's anything it could get water from, or get wet from, around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open-air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find it sooner or later. We got a guitar pick. Alright. different. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind, and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honoured to hold on to it for you. Oh right, misused perfume. Alright, not too shabby. So... wait, we're investigating the rose garden. Like, how do I get over there? Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait, unless... is the rose garden here? Oh. Saw the show just beyond these doors. Quite a number of hours. Okay, whatever. I mean, I guess we have to go back to our Alabast. Ah, there we go. I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabast now, but... I know. I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there. There we go. Did we just arrive in the... oh, we do. Oh! Wow, this place is pretty nice looking, isn't it? The rose garden. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, Karma. No. How are things in Babal? Although I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl. The investigation into Manikochan's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has. Ah yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between the two countries at will. Preposterous. Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witnesses claim to have seen the Yatagarasu. That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabast. And that's when the Yatagarasu appeared. The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly vanished. After that, there was the fire at the Babalese embassy that the Yatagarasu started. Wait, who is that in the top left? Is that Lang? I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Begin investigation. Is that Lang? Oh, it is. Why is he here? He's also wearing, like, his eye patches. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor. I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We are to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. Huh. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come so far. Or this far. I swear that I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You're damn right I am. The Yatagarasu's appearance. You were working with Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief alright, with my own two eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu!" rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. And by the time we got the area lit again, the deaf thief had vanished. When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here. So you're saying that basically all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes. That's not exactly concrete proof. If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible that the shadow belonged to someone else. Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. Not among the staff or the audience members. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow? That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. I said that weirdly. Hypothesis. And so what can I examine? Ooh, this is a nice thing. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love to King Primidix. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that. Jesus. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. This pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it will be must be refilled to its normal level, which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it just in case. I mean, I think it was used to put out some fires. Let's be honest. Oh, what the... Why is Larry in the pool? What the fuck? How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that. Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? I mean, yeah. Alright then. Did you, by chance, fall into the pool? Nice guess, but no dice. So, you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him. Oh no. You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? And how old is this child of yours anyway? Huh? Oh, how old is he again? Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? The mother? Oh, that chick. The pink princess. The pink princess? Miss Von Karma? I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You have given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. And that's something coming from Von Karma. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Yeah, he sure fucking does. Ah, Jesus. What the hell is this? The statue bears a resemblance to the Primidix statue. The plaque reads, King Primidix and the battlefield. In order to save the Queen, King Primidix put his life on the line and went to war. So Primidix was actually a person of royal blood. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend. Well, what surprises me is that a real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed. I suppose there's that too. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatakarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now let's hear what you know on the subject. What really cast the shadow of the Yatakarasu? This? No. Oh, shite. I pressed Y because I looked and it said Y, and I'm using an Xbox controller. Yeah, me neither, because I presented to you some grass. I was merely testing you. You fucking dick. Oh no, I pressed Y when I meant to press X. Yeah, because I have it laid out as a, like, Nintendo. Which means, on the Xbox controller, A is B, B is A, X is Y, and Y is X. God damn it. Try that again. Or cast the shadow. I have a feeling it's part of this. Yeah. Oi, pardon me. I think it's this, but I don't exactly know which part. The hand? The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue? Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct, however, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? Both the statues are right next to spotlights. What is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu statue? Do I have to put any specific point? Or would it be the leaf? I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter. I'll just try this. Boom. It's another statue. The Yatagarasu shadow was made from the shadows of these two statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right now the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the two shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow? Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primodux on the battlefield... Ah, there we go. The shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set a light upon the queen who spoke of love to King Primodux, her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the statue. Stage. What am I saying? So if we were to combine the two shadows... it looks nothing like the Yatagarasu statue. Shadow. I keep saying statue. Miles Edgeworth, how do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shone on the Queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow? Oh, only one part. Yes, and that one part alone is enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right, I apologise. No, what part of the Queen's statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu's shadow? The hand, obviously. It's the only thing remotely shaped that way. Think back to what is missing on our shadow, or in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now what does that remind you of? That's right, it can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. There we go. It's... yeah, this is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand, and then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also a part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu's shadow had vanished, which means that the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. Ah. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabasta tonight. The only country that thief visited was Bobal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabasta. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet, but I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Well, there's that. Yay! Give me my health back. It's what I get for presenting the ground. How's the investigation going? Hey, it's Ben. Oh, Dirk, as I called him before. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I've left the murder in Agent Lang's charge. And my only target from the very beginning is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I've got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So, if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. And one woman claimed, "I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist." She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. This is the photo I got from her. That's a lot of heart again. Oh, what the hell? What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. The times they are a-changin'. Very nice. It's not just men, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires. On the 4th and 5th... Wait. After the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. So, okay, this is just getting more and more confusing. The blur in this picture took off from the Babalese embassy, flew over the boundary, and headed for the embassy of Alabast. This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. 2, actually. Oh! Hers would be, God, the circus one. Yeah, Injustice for All. That had, I can't remember what it was called, something Max. But he was able to fly. And then Trials and Tribulations, the last case, because there was a flying body in that too. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagarasu took off from the Babalese embassy, so I should start from there. Francesca, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. Alright. Coach, wait, I'm just switching, like, willy-nilly. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Alright, I'm counting on you. No, I'm switching between partners. See, now we get Kay back. Welcome back, Miss Edgeworth. Now come on, let's get back to our investigation. Yes, let's. Alright, let's do this. Woohoo! Alright, well, there's nothing new here. Hooray! Babalese Embassy. The Secretariat's office. Jesus, this place is a shit tip. To think, after all that running around, we're right back where we started. It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Poleno, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth. Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright? Mr. Poleno? Actually, there is one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh sure, please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there are a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face, then I'll gladly answer anything. Thank you, Mr. Poleno. You're a total gentleman. You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss. Hey, Sir Poleno. Those two sure got chummy awfully quick. You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin? We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted. Yeah, when I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that the person I was chasing is Mr. Kojin's killer. We don't know that yet, however it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu was also somehow involved. Or is also somehow involved. I knew it, that woman is definitely Mr. Kojin's killer. Yet again, we don't know that. There are too many mysteries to be solved in this case. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad. Uncle Bad? He's taken part in the investigation too? Yes, he has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years. Uncle Bad. Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire. What? This kinda looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean that I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all? I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this would be how that person escaped. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Right, Polino, let's have a word. Now there, Ambassador, I'd like to ask about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about it. We had 2 fires here at the Babalese Embassy tonight. What a bother all that was. Or all of that was. Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the German Ninja show. Oh well, the first occurred at the start of the German Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theatre-goers, we decided to keep it internal. Then the fire after the German Ninja show was the second one of the night. Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? Did he? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires. Oh! That's why it didn't make sense. Right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. God, yeah, I've read that so many times and it didn't make sense. Now it does. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire? The second fire was contained to this floor and 3rd floor. Or the 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's... how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself. All gone in the blink of an eye. Jesus. I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Polino. Oops. Look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Kojin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see, I've been quite busy all day from morning until now. First I woke up and then I brushed my teeth. After that I had a roll for breakfast. Yeah, we don't really need to know that. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh, you'd like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. Morning activities, he looks so shocked. Ah! What a delightful surprise! So what did Mr. Kojin and you do this morning? Well, originally we were supposed to meet and shake hands